Watch your kids instead of shuffling it off to a daycare or throw them in a corner with an Xbox or let them wander around the internet without any supervision. What? You wouldn't let them wander around downtown Detroit at 11 o'clock at night. Why in the fuck would you let them do that on the internet knowing that there's crazy stuff going on the internet? And just because somebody can't walk up to you and put a bullet in your head, they can certainly figure out other ways to get through to you. But you just let them go on there, parents, and that's your fault. No one else's. Not YouTube, not mine, not the rest of adult society. It's you and the censorship people. And we shouldn't be censorship people because you can't look after your kids. Like Mark Twain said, don't tell me I can't have a steak because a baby can't chew steak. Okay? Mark Twain. Okay? For any of you that has brains enough to know who Mark Twain is. So, anyway, I've railed at you. I got milk. I had to get beer cups. $7.99 for 50 beer cups. I remember when I used to pay $1.99. And you could even get them at the dollar store. Good luck. The only thing that didn't go up, I will say, I will give them credit. Hang on. Must be some pollen about because I've started to get sensitive to pollen and things in my old age. I never used to. Anyway, Nielsen 3.25%. I couldn't get my Rolling Meadows milk because there's another whole story with independent grocer. You know, they sell it at one place but not another, and I request to have them stock it at this place so I don't have to drive to Carlin Place. And I said they sell out all the time at the one in Carlin Place, so you guys will definitely sell it. Nobody had a clue, nobody wanted to help me and everything, and I said, you raise your prices, you bend me over, and you won't even help me to get a product stocked? They just look at you like, I'm like, you're running a fucking store. Call your supplier. The same people that supply your other independent. Call up the owner of Mitchell's Independent in Carlin Place and ask him if you can get somebody that's got a brain that isn't fucking like half short-circuited. You know, oh, the owners are nice. No, they're not. Okay? They'll come up and smile at you, and if you think people are nice because they smile at you, then you're fucking zooed. Of course he's smiling. He's bending you over. And he's, like George Carlin used to say, he's servicing the account. That's why the owners at Independent Grocer in Perth and Metro and all these other groceries do. It's because they're doing this to you. That's why they smile at you. Okay? So don't tell me they're nice fucking people. Well, they live in our neighborhood. Who cares? For fuck's sakes. They're still fucking you. You dummies. They've done it for years here in Perth because of the tourist trade. Every spring. And that's another thing. Soon they'll be upping the grocery stores here, charge more than the same grocery stores in a smaller town. Same grocery store, same chains and everything. I'll go to Elmont, let's say something $5.99. But as soon as May 24 weekend, when all the cottages open up, they'll be jacking the prices even more. Because they've always raised the prices because tourists. Never mind the locals. We've suggested for years, give all the locals that live here, that can prove they live here with their driver's license or whatever ID they got, right? You bring that card, you get 10% off. I don't care what you do to tourists. But, like, we're not a big city here like Toronto, Montreal. This is backwoods here. And people rely on this stuff, and people aren't rich out here, okay? And, you know, what jobs there are minimum wage at best. So, anyway. Oh, man. Well, I'm not like other channels like Dave's RV Life where you just get all the niceties and everything. Like I said in my description, you get me raw and real, no Martin Scorsese. I'm unedited. I don't care what YouTube does or says. Or anybody else for that matter. And that brings me to, I'll say this once for everybody's hearing. I don't care what you think what I'm doing with Lad from the Woods, okay? If you like it and enjoy it, have fun. But to put comments on there that are either A, derogatory, well, it bounces off me because you're invisible to me. If you said that to me in a bar, which you never would, you'd be on your back with your teeth laying all over, okay? But, so you mean nothing to me. But at the same time, you're making it bad for other people. So I just block. I don't fuck around. And you can block people from seeing your comments and stuff on YouTube. And I block. And I'll keep blocking. Okay? See, some would say, well, that's censorship. Well, it is in a way. But it's not the kind of censorship that's violating your rights. You don't have the right to come in and harass a girl that's talking to me and comments because you don't like what she's saying. Okay? So I have the right to say, fuck you, you're done. And that's it. Okay? And I don't care. And I don't care if I have one user watching me or a million. Nothing will change. Ever. I haven't changed. I'm 60. I haven't changed since the 70s. I got on my first Harley at 18, and I've never looked back, and I'll never, ever change. Okay? No one will ever buy me. No one will ever own me. It's one of the reasons I'm single at 60. I'll never allow a woman to own me. Not in the way that they want to own you. Nah, not happening. Okay? My friend list is small. I'm not a Facebook gatherer of friends. I might have 20, 25 friends on there. I think it's 25. Okay? Those are real friends. And in life, you're usually lucky to get 5 real friends. Everyone else is acquaintances. They might be good acquaintances. They might be bad acquaintances, but they're simply acquaintances. You don't know what the word acquaintance is up? Type it in your little Google thing, and it'll explain to you what acquaintances are. Okay? You have family, and you have friends, and you have acquaintances. Okay? So look at my list sometime and tell me how much I care about what you think derogatory on my YouTube channels. Okay? So if you're going to contradict me with a good opinion, commentary, or something like that, oh yes, please do. Because if I don't know something, I'd rather listen to you and say, okay, I'm going to put that in my brain and think about it. Okay? That's one thing. If I'm wrong about something, well, then you need to tell me. But don't be derogatory. You don't need to call me an idiot because you never do that in a bar or in front of me. Okay? So as soon as I see that shit, block. But if you say, hey, listen, I seen that you were handling the chainsaw and it was kind of doing this or whatever, right? And then, maybe you should try doing it another way. Or, hey, bud, you're totally wrong about the UFO in Michigan in 1966. And then here's why. That I love. Because then now you've taught me something, and well, how can you lose when somebody teaches you something? But just to come in and say, hey asshole, that didn't really happen, no, that's a punk. And that punk would never talk like that in front of a bar, in front of real men, okay? And so that's how much you mean to me, okay? Because you ain't got the balls to come. And I've invited people here. You want to come here and play and fuck with me, you won't leave my swamps. You'll be food for the snails and for everything else. So don't come here. Okay, I already had one guy call me that claims he's a fan, and I wasn't sure what was going on with him. I think he's cool, but like he called me on my private number, and that's not cool. And he claims he's a local. Well, if he's a local, I get my hand around his throat, I'll be finding out how he got my number. But he was saying, well, I believe everything you say and blah blah blah. And I told the kid, and I'll tell you guys, don't believe anything I say. Like, what the fuck? Go think for yourselves. But the other thing is just because I think something doesn't mean it's right. Duh. Okay? And don't take the lad from the thing serious, like normally when I'm not doing this kind of thing. This is like a joke. It's entertainment. It's fun. It's just life. I'm not trying to fucking, reorganize SpaceX to send better ships to the moon or anything stupid like that. I mean, don't take me seriously, man. It's about fishing, smoking dope, listening to rock and roll. You don't need to take that seriously. You just need to have it fun. But if I say something about Trudeau or Biden or this one, that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean shit. If you agree with my opinion and you want to do something about it, well, knock yourselves out, please. But if you don't, then mosey on through. If you don't like it and it upsets you, scroll. That's what the thumbs and the fingers are for on these little phones, or on your mouse with the big wheel, little wheel, I mean. And so just go away. You don't need to upset other people or whatever. And if you disagree with me, like as I said, then please, by all means, send me stuff. But come with me with facts. Don't come at me with fucking made up shit. okay? And that's it, that's all. But yeah, I mean, I don't like doing videos like this. But like I said, don't take Lad from the Woods seriously, or me. This is just about fun. Good God, I'm a 60-year-old old rebel biker, strip club manager, dope smoking, former drinking way too much freakazoid, man. Hunter S. Thompson, if you know who he is, okay? He's my #1 hero in life. Not because of that stupid movie. Well, stupid. It was a good movie because I really like Johnny Depp. But Hunter was a lot bigger person than when you saw in that hour and a half of a movie, okay? So he's, I mean, I was raised on Hunter S. Thompson books, okay? So think of me as something like that. Or Trailer Park Boys from Canada here, but living in the bush rather than a trailer park, even though I live in a fucking trailer. There's just not a trailer park, okay? That's how serious you should take me, okay? You know, Bubbles, Ricky. Think of me as like a Ricky, okay? Now, Ricky pretends to be dumb, but the real actor that plays him is an incredibly intelligent man, and a fantastic actor, because you'd never believe he isn't Ricky if you didn't know him. Anyways, so yeah. I'm not mad at this kid that called me. He said he had business to do with me with firewood. I never heard back from him, so I figure he's just bullshitting me, but that's okay too. But it's the fact that he called me on my private phone at an hour that I would not normally even take a call, but the fact that he called me on my private phone, I have a business phone number, okay? And everybody has it out here. So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, when I heard him say that, I'm going, guys, all of you out there, don't take me seriously, man. This is supposed to be fun. Dope smoking, you know. Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. Like, wow. Okay. I do the politics thing. That's a time for seriousness over on the other channel. I'm sorry I had to do it on this one, on Lad from the Woods, but you know, I have more people over here and a more variety of people, and I want to talk to everybody and say, here, this is what I'm thinking, man. And I'm thinking you're getting fucked over like me and your neighbor and your family members and your daughters and your aunts and uncles. We're all getting fucked over. And it's not just the left or the right wing, it's all of them that are fucking all of us over. And they're trying to keep us apart so we don't take them down. Well, that's the only thing I'm getting into that would be serious, okay? But again, that's my idea. Those are my opinions, things I've learned on the internet and stuff. Doesn't mean I'm right. So if you think I'm wrong, then please, you know, and you don't want to comment, then continue. Please think that I'm wrong. I won't lose a moment's sleep over it. And if it makes you happy, well then, you know, hats off to you, right? I wanted to go outside, but the wind's come down a bit. We'll take a walk out there in a minute, but I'm 99% sure. Couldn't get one of those old cheap can openers. You know, the ones that are just a little bit of metal and, you know, they would dig into your skin. So I had to buy this contraption because my one finally broke, and it was like, fuck, it was like 1965 or something. Probably had it. My mother probably gave it to me when I first moved out at 16, so what was that, 1978? Yeah, summer of 78 is when I first moved out. So, and I've had that, and it finally broke. But look at this contraption, $6. They used to be like $1 or $2 for the old, just the plain old crappy metal ones, which I like the plain old crappy metal ones. So let's see if my coffee's hot. That's hot enough. All right, well, let's take a walk outside, but I don't think we're gonna last out there. I really want to work on my goddamn boot. I gotta see if Norm was, I'm right that what Norm did with the fuel valve on the you know, on the motor, not the one in the gas tank, because I have two filters, one in the gas tank and one in the motor. So yeah, we'll sit here a minute. I could light up not a torch, you know, mosquito coil. Just gonna wait a minute and see if they suddenly go crazy. Hang on, guys, I'm just gonna click you to the table so I don't have to keep holding it and I can drink my coffee. Okay, oh, there's a bit of a breeze. See, with the breeze, the mosquito coil gonna be useless. Okay, these aren't black fly, these are simply mosquitoes. I love zapping them in. Doesn't that feel good, guys, when you do that? I know some of you all God's creatures, but I don't think if there is a God, he decided to create mosquitoes as an afterthought or even a forethought. It was just an accident of genetics. Maybe that's mosquitoes from today or old dinosaurs, who knows. Anyway, I wouldn't want to kill a real dinosaur if they were alive. I'd say that would just, whoa. Anyway. If that wind keeps up, I can pretty much stay out here. I'll have to go back in now and get a joint. It's the black fly clouds I'm looking for, because they just, you know, they're like a ball cloud, like about this big, and they just like, there's like a million of them out here, and as soon as you step out, the cloud just comes all around you. You guys know that, you know, live up north or you live in areas with black fly in the spring. So I wanted to say they were worse than ever this year, but I don't think so, because they don't last long, and it's getting cold again tonight, down to 5 Celsius. So that might be killing off the larvae or putting them back into hibernation, whatever it is they do, you know, before spring. So maybe we'll get a light season of the thing. Hasn't rained now for over a week, and I don't think we're getting rain until maybe Tuesday. So, I mean, you know, I'm very careful now to make sure there's no puddles, like, you know, things with water in it to breed mosquitoes. So, but got to get the bat houses up on the trees. So once the bats start moving in, the mosquitoes and all that will just be less. And it's a lot cheaper. See, they're not coming around now. They know the zapper's out. They know what it looks like. So anyway, well, at least I'm calming down now. Wow, man. Wow, eh? Sorry to put you people through that, but I think we all need to wake up here, because I'm shocked, man. Absolutely shocked. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. What I probably should say is I'm more shocked of the blatantness of it all. You know, there's just no hiding it anymore. It's like Pelosi there in the government with her and her husband doing all those stock trades. I mean, it was right out in front, totally illegal, and nothing happened here. And that's both sides, Republicans and Democrats, and independents and whoever else. I mean, even Bernie Sanders turned a blind eye to that. Can you imagine? Imagine if we'd done something like that. Look, I'd be sitting in the can for the next 20 years or more. They can be Bernie Madoff now, but legally. Poor Bernie, eh? He should have waited a couple of years. He'd be hailed as a conquering hero and elected president. So, anyway. I'm going to go in and get myself a joint. No, I ain't Southern. I don't like that accent. That doesn't mean I don't like them. I love them, but little much since I'm a Canadian and we have a boot, you know, and A and all that stuff, and that's quite enough. You know, my first clue about the crazy grocery prices is when I went to Canadian Tire to buy those plugs, and actually they were, you know, they're pretty much their normal price, maybe a little more, but Bic lighters, I got 6 of them for $6.99. They used to be like $4.99 just a few weeks back. And I saw the price, I thought, oh, I'll wait, I've still got a couple of Bic lighters kicking around. And then I saw them in the line yesterday, I'm going, probably should pick up some before, you know, they go out. I had one that ran out. So, and I always keep one in the house, one out here, and I keep one in the truck. So, and, you know, and then one in my work tackle box. So I've always got a lighter, you know, close by for whatever, you know. But yeah, that should have been my first clue at Canadian Tire. They didn't raise the price of kindling. It's still the same. Now my kindling problem is solved now that I'm doing the wood thing again. As soon as Stepan had a bad thing happen day before yesterday. He was working, he has a construction company that I've been helping him advertise, and he was doing a deck outdoors. It was warm, I think it was 25 Celsius on Friday. Anyway, he was in the sun all day. He doesn't think to drink water, he's just wailing away at it. Because Stepan, when he gets working, he's a very prideful man when he does his handyman work and all that. So he's good for a kid his age. It's just sometimes I can't track him down. It irritates me. But anyways, so he's out there. He ends up getting heat stroke, sunstroke, whatever. And he gets home and he starts puking and he's puking and he's puking. He's in a bad way. And he texted me and told me what was going on. I was in the boat at the time because I thought he might have come to meet us. Anyways, I said, you should have gone to emergency. Like, that's really bad, man. Like, you're frying your brain. Do you not realize that? Like, you're cooking your brain. You can't cook your brain. And anyway, we didn't go. So then he tells me today, well, I'm drinking tons of water. I said, yeah, but are you replacing your salts? Because now you're going to go into another problem. So he says, I already heard you before. He says, I went and picked up Gatorade. I said, good. So I said, you can drink some water, drink some of the Gatorade, whatever, back and forth, and just do that. But if you have a headache or your seeing gets blurrier than usual or anything like that, it's off to the emergency. So I hope he listens. But he said he was feeling better today. I was supposed to text him and go over there, but because of the grocery store scam, my gas money's gone.
Nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look